Jen from Jen's Extraordinary Life, and I'll admit, TikTok made me do this one. Now, what we're gonna make today is called TikTok's $1 Million Spaghetti, and there's a bunch of different recipes out there for this. Most of them involve making your own sauce. You know, I'm all about being extra, but also I'm about, can we get some stuff done around here? Can we get a lot done around here? And one of those is not slaving all day over the stove. So we're gonna make TikTok's $1 Million Spaghetti Jen's way, right? Okay, so I did this the other night. We had family in town and I made it, and let me tell you, it was a hit. Super easy to do. Probably have this stuff in your pantry already to make it. I did, and so here's what you're gonna need. I'm actually gonna make this one in a disposable pan because I'm actually taking this to a family in need in town. And so I'm doing a disposable pan, but you would need a 9x13 pan. You're also gonna need some kind of pan to fry your ground beef up in, and a pot to boil your spaghetti noodles in. So those are your things you're gonna need to get together. You're gonna need a pound of pasta. I'm using the pot sized. This happens to be angel hair. You can use whatever. The other night I used regular spaghetti in this. It's a little thicker than the angel hair. It was divine. This is what I have in my pantry, so this is what we're gonna use today. I'm gonna put some Italian seasoning in with my ground beef when I brown it up, so I got some of that out. You're gonna need a pound of ground beef, whatever you use. I'm using ground chuck for this one. And then I know this sounds weird, but you're gonna need a jar of Alfredo and a jar of pasta sauce. Now, whatever variety is your favorite, I say that's what you use because those are the flavors you know you already like. I happen to be a cheese girl, as you know, so we are going to use the Bertolli 5 cheese and the Alfredo cheese. Now, the other day I used Classico brand and it was delicious, but I also used the Classico 4 cheese and their extra cheesy Alfredo. So I'm just saying there's gonna be some cheese going on in this. You need about 1 onion. I'm doing it the easy way. You know my kitchen hack of having the already chopped up onion in the freezer. So I'm gonna use about half of this bag, which is equivalent to about 1 onion. And then you're gonna need a ton of mozzarella cheese. And I didn't get it out, but I will, some grated Parmesan as well. So first thing we're gonna do is head over to the stove top because we're gonna ground up this beef and I'm gonna show you how I season it, and then we'll get to putting everything together. In the meantime, I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees. I have some water boiling on the stove, or coming to a boil. It's not boiling yet, but it will be soon. Coming to a boil on the stove so that I can cook those noodles. I've got a saucepan over there, and I have sprayed my 9x13 with some cooking spray. So let's head over to the stove. Okay, we're over here at the stove. I'm going to go ahead. I've got my pasta. I just dropped it in the water because it had started boiling, so we've got that going. And I'm going to pop my ground beef in here and let it be browning. And to that, I'm going to go ahead and add I couldn't remember if this bag had a perforation or not, but it doesn't. I'm going to go ahead and add about half of this bag of onions. And then, I don't know, that's probably a tablespoon. Let's go with 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. Why not, right? I'm going to let that all cook up together. These onions are going to be nice and soft. They're pretty much going to be hidden from any kids that are like, I don't like onions. They'll get over it. They won't even know that they're in there. Once they taste how good this is, we could probably hide kale in this and they'd never know. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to cook this up. My noodles are starting to boil, so we're going to cook them to al dente. And then we'll drain them and I'll be back. Nothing real fancy about this. I'm sure y'all don't need to see me cook up some ground beef, but I'll let you see what it looks like for now. There's the onions cooking in there and everything. You could add some, if you want, you could add some salt and pepper to taste. I put all that Italian seasoning in there, so I'm just gonna leave it be. We're gonna get that cooked up, finish cooking up. My pasta's boiling. I'll get it drained, and then I will meet you back over on the island for the whole preparation. So I'll be back in a second. One thing I forgot. Once your ground beef is all browned and your onions are tender, you want to drain the excess grease off of that, and then you're actually going to pour your sauce into the pan with the meat and let that cook together while your spaghetti's cooking. So as soon as I'm going to do that also. So when I come back, this sauce and this meat are all going to be cooked together, and my spaghetti will be finished, and then we're just going to assemble. So take two. Okay, I'm back, and I have my pasta cooked and drained. I have my ground beef, onions, Italian seasoning, and pasta sauce all cooked up nicely in this pot. And then I have my already prepared sprayed 9x13 pan ready to go. I'm going to take my pasta and put it in this pan. Now this is a pound of pasta cooked. This makes a lot of food. So, I'm making this for a pretty big family, but if I were just making this for us, I probably would divide this into like two 8x8s and freeze one. By the way, you can freeze spaghetti. So we're a smaller family. Right now, just two of us here. But even if the boys were here and I was making this, I would probably do two 8x8s and it would still be plenty. So let me move this out of the way. All right, now to that, you're going to take your jar of Alfredo. You do not have to cook it first or anything else because we're gonna put this in the oven and it's gonna cook. I'm just gonna open this up real quick. That's my handy dandy jar opener because I have arthritis, and my husband just put that thing on the wall for me, and let me tell you something, it is a lifesaver. I think he just was tired of having to open all the jars for me all the time. That's not true. He really doesn't mind, but he's not always here to do that. Okay, so I've got the Alfredo sauce in here. You're just gonna take and mix this up really good so that all of the spaghetti is coated in the Alfredo. It already smells good. Ooh, I could eat just this. Lord have mercy, this is good stuff. Okay. So there's that. Then I take this Parmesan, and I'm just going to give it a nice, even coating of the Parmesan. However much you want. We like a lot in this house. And then on top of that, I'm going to add my sauce with the ground beef in it. So let me get that over here. Get my cheese out of the way. Okay, this is really hot, so. And of course I've got on a white jacket, so this should be fun, right? All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna get our pot holders because this joker is hot. All right, I'm just gonna dump this, pour this over whatever as evenly as possible. Okay, that's that. Just gonna spread this out so that it's nice and even. Oh, y'all, this is so good. I just cannot even. I can't even with this. Okay. Now, because there wasn't enough cheese in there already between the Alfredo and the Parmesan, we're gonna add some more cheese. So we're gonna top it with shredded mozzarella, as much or as little as you would like. You know what I'm gonna do. Now I might not go too crazy because this is for somebody else. So maybe I'll just put the normal amount of cheese on this one, just in case everybody doesn't feel the same way about cheese as I do. What is the normal amount of cheese? Who knows? I'm just gonna cover the top of this. I'm sure that the Tik Tok recipe had measurements and all of that, y'all. I just don't. Okay, I mean, that's pretty covered. Now, I am going to pop this in the oven and I'm gonna bake it until all of that cheese is melted completely and starts to get that bubbly, brownish look on the top. And then, once I pull that out of there, then we just stir it up and serve it. But I'm not going to do the stirring it up and serving it part because, again, I'm giving this to somebody else. So this is gonna have to be goodbye for tonight. But I promise you, you want to try this, y'all. This is the best. I love spaghetti. This is the best spaghetti I have ever had in my life, made just like this. Please try it, and please let me know what you think. I hope you enjoy this recipe, and I hope you'll come back for more. I'm gonna serve this up, or I'm gonna take to this family, but if I were serving this at home, I would do the same thing. Some garlic bread, a side salad, and call it a day. Easy peasy meal. I would get a bag salad if it were at my home. And that's what I'm actually gonna take them as a bag salad, and that's it. And it seems like a lot of stuff went into this once you dig into it and you see how fancy it tastes. But honestly, y'all just saw me whip this together in less than 30 minutes. And it's gonna be so good. They're gonna love it. I love it. I'm probably gonna need to make another pan of it now for myself. But thanks for stopping by. I appreciate y'all. And until next time, I hope you have an extraordinary life. Bye-bye.